You want a more effortless feeling golf swing, but still get the consistency and the speed that you want, right? Well, today I'm going to talk about a backswing sort of feel that I really want you to have, and it's to do with the right arm. But you know what? It is so simple. The difference it's going to make to your game, astonishing. Let's get into it. This is the Art of Simple Golf. I am Alex Fortey, and all we're trying to do here is make this crazy game a bit more enjoyable, a bit better on the body, and give you the results that you really want, okay? And today is no different. What we're on about is this right arm. Okay, sorry if you're a lefty, just bear with me, reverse it, all right? The right arm, as we're talking about the golf swing, for too many people, right? Whether they've watched Ben Hogan or read some articles or seen videos talking about keeping the elbows tucked in, right? Keeping the elbows tucked in and down here. Here's the thing, your arms have to raise. If they didn't, if you're keeping your arms planted here and you didn't raise them at all, okay? And you just did like a turn or rotation, right? I'm not doing anything else. That's where I'd be, because I haven't raised my arms. They're here. That's basically my address position. So your arms have to raise a little bit. We don't want to pin these in so much. The upper arms, yes, because we don't want to have them crossing the chest too much. We want to sort of keep them more or less here. Little caveat there, we do want the upper arms to sort of be connected to the chest, because we don't want the arms to cross. You can't really see in this shirt actually too well, but we don't want the arms crossing, okay? We want it to more or less, the left arm especially, to stay in exactly the same spot, at least for like the lower quarter of your swing, there to there, okay? But that's done by connecting the upper arms, not the elbow. If I was to ask you to throw, you wouldn't throw here. You would get into this sort of position up here to throw it that way, okay? Very few people would be down here and throwing that way. Maybe if you were skipping a stone, your elbow would be lower, but it still wouldn't be pinned to your body. You know what I mean? We wouldn't be skipping a stone that way. It would still elevate, which is this movement. It's elevating that way, so we still require the swing to elevate that way. All right, and it's all well and good saying, okay, elevate the arms, but if you're tucked in, and if you're bending the right arm too much, that's where things get a bit difficult. This is the main nub of the lesson, the right arm, and how much it is bending and hinging as you go back. Too much of it screws you. A little bit less of it, much better. So I could, in essence, just stop the lesson now, but just bear with me a couple more minutes, okay? I just want you to test this out. I want you to feel where your golf swing is. Like, try it now. You don't even need a golf club, okay? I want you to bend that right arm and feel how much more restricted you are in your backswing. Because we're also dragging, as I talked about the left arm, we're also dragging that across here, which limits turn. Okay, so then you watch a video that says, oh, you got to straighten the right leg, which we are going to do one on, but we're already like in a more difficult sort of position, right? Because we're cramped. And from here also, when we do this, when we bend the right arm too much, thinking we've got to hinge it, oftentimes it'll pull it back this way, which from here is a lot easier to come over the top. And if you watch a video that says, drop the arms to shallow, or, we've got one on it, maybe I'll link it below if I remember. But if you're watching a video that says, here's the downswing you need to do, but you've already screwed yourself up because you're putting yourself in this position and you're like, okay, I need to I need to lower my hands? How the hell do I do that? Because we're sort of over here, because we've bent this too much. So many things get screwed up by it. Just always bear that in mind when you're watching a lesson or a tip. Just try and figure out, like, does it make sense when it's a yin and yang? Like, there's always cause and effect. But without getting too much into complicated technique, just try and think, does that feel right specifically for my problem? Okay? And that's why YouTube is great, but what we're trying to accomplish is a bit more learning so you can be your own coach a little bit more. But it's also why we have the club and all our resources over on the website to take, you know, your game to the next level, really, without stressing too much. We got the gist. We don't want a bent right arm. So what do we want? We want it a little bit straighter. It's going to give us more width going that way. Well, yeah, from that angle. But it's going to give us a better sort of just slot at the top. See from here, like, I could throw this golf club much easier than if I was down here. And that the only thing I have done is keep my right trail arm a bit straighter. It's certainly not lock straight. It's very soft still, but I'm being aware of how much angle I am creating. Brief interlude, just as I was demonstrating there, I just remembered that the Total Golf Trainer, you can find out below, but you can learn more about it below. But this thing sort of gives you a guide. So you can place it on your upper arm here. It does loads of other things too, but it's actually giving me, you know, physical feedback without restricting my swing. So if I was to bend my elbow too much, I'm going to hit this little soft golf ball there. I'm going to hit that pretty quickly. And you know, you can be as tough or as kind as you want. So that's where I'd normally be, you know, if I was bending my arm too much. But this educates it a little bit. Anyway, enough of that. You don't need one of those, but they are actually really great. You know, just feeling a little bit differently by using right arm, you know, one arm only swings is going to probably help you, because you'll find that you're probably not going to be like here. Okay, you're probably not going to do that too much. You're going to have a little bit more width. So just do a couple of right-handed swings, see where you get to. What does that feel like? What kind of elbow hinge do we have from here? All right. What kind of placement have I got? Like, look in a mirror if you can, just to see, where does this feel? Does it look like my elbow's in front of my body a little bit more, enabling it to shallow, do whatever I need to? Or is it still being pulled back this way, you know, making it a little bit trickier? There is another little drill you can do right now with a golf club. Wrap your hand, you know, grab the head like so, here on the back, grab with the left, all right, and now we're going to make a backswing. Notice if I was really bent, that would feel quite awkward, but because I'm here and I've got, you know, a little less than 90 degrees arm bend, ideally you probably want to feel about here, because you won't get there. But that's a really nice little drill to train that trail arm a little bit. So after you've rehearsed that a little bit more, we add on the left arm. Okay? Feeling like I'm just keeping this right arm a little bit straighter, but soft. That's it. We go a little bit straighter here and swing through. Piece of cake, really. So once you've practiced just some right hand only swings, add the left, okay? Add the left, but make sure that you're not bending this too much. It's okay to sort of allow it to bend a little bit here as we snap through. That's fine, but just try and consciously feel like you're keeping it a little bit firmer, a little bit straighter. See if we can do one here. Not too bad. What do we have? 7-iron? Yeah, fine. And I said in this video it's about effortlessness, right? That's the key. But if you give yourself a better chance from back here, okay? For a start, this feels a lot less effort than this, okay? But it's also going to give me a nice place to just sling that club through with a lot more freedom and confidence because I'm not as cramped. So that's why I love this, because it does give people the chance, the much better chance to have a more effortless golf swing. So that's it. Just try and feel your right arm a little bit straighter. It's going to help you a lot to give you more width, to give you more power without trying